All right, next comic coming up to the stage. Please give it up for Josh Brack.
What's going on, Bruce Room? You guys are fun. I missed you guys last week. I was in England. Yeah, it was a fun trip. I told my grandma I was going to England, and she got excited because she likes that show, The Great British Bake Off. Yeah, you guys watch that show? Yeah, she got pumped. She was like, you're going to be on the set of my favorite show. And I was like, ooh. Last time I was on the set of a country's bake-off show, I was in Germany in Auschwitz, and yeah, the vibes at that place are not cool. It's not a good, they need to turn that into like a kids camp, liven it up. Place needs to change up a little bit. Oh man, I don't want kids. You guys got kids? Everybody in here got kids? Yeah, I don't want kids. I didn't. I read about Helen Keller though, and she seemed like a pretty fun kid to have. Like she seemed pretty cool. I was like, you know what? I don't know if you guys aren't up to date on Helen Keller. She is deaf, dumb, and blind. Dumb means like, you know, that she can't talk, not like how some girls are where they leave their drinks unattended and you can sleep with them. So like, she was a mute, like some people use the term mute or whatever. I think she gets a little too much credit sometimes because people are like, you know, like Helen Keller, she really, you know, she was ahead of her time. She broke through barriers. And I was like, that's just all women. They speed, they're terrible drivers. Like, I don't know what we're doing here, like why we're celebrating that. But yeah, Helen Keller seemed cool. She's mute. And I think a mute kid would be great because they talk a lot, and I don't like that. And so I was like, you know what? If I had a mute kid, it would be pretty dope. And a buddy of mine was like, hey, I know an organization that will pair you up with handicapped kids. It's like a lease to own kind of thing. And I was like, that's fun. And so I was like, yeah, bring that little fucker over. So the kid came over, deaf, dumb, and blind, so like, you know, winning on all counts. And I was like, all right, you know, we're hanging out. And so mute, I didn't know this. Mute means that you can't talk, but it's not the same as like on the TV. So like I thought, you know, like when you press the button on the TV remote, it's silent. I've never like had my TV pressed to mute and 10 seconds later heard like, I was like, holy shit, I don't know what to do right now. Do you want food? Like, did you come in your pants? Like, what the fuck happened right now? And then like, I was like, well, maybe, you know, constipated donkey is a language they do on Rosetta Stone, so I looked that up. It's not, you can't buy that, so I have no idea. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know what to do with this kid either. I just put it in the garage, told him it was at Disney World. I was like, I'll be back later. You know, like just wandered around or whatever. Also, fun thing you can do, you can dress them up as Chewbacca, take them to Comic-Con. You can make a lot of money on those kids. But I had to get it back 3 days later because of lemon law. I was like, I'm not keeping it, you know, for sure. Like, it's something's wrong. Yeah, you can get canceled for that. Cancel culture is fun, right? I kind of believe in it a little bit. I did at least when I was 7 because I had this one-armed priest that told me that if you have gay sex with a handicapped person, Jesus cancels out the gay sex part because it's, you know, a good deed that you did. And I was like, all right, you know, I'm on board with Jesus' cancel culture right now. Thanks. I'm super afraid of STDs, or I think we call them STIs now, like, you know, sexually transmitted infections. You guys got quiet, so you guys have had them. That's cool. Yeah, I've never had one. I'm super scared to get one. Some of them are no big deal, right? They say you can take a pill, you get a shot, they go away. Some of them are serious. Like you can sleep with someone and get something you can't get rid of, like herpes or a baby, and that's a big deal. You know, so like I'm super scared of herpes. Like because that's like one, like you have a disease and you have to have a talk, right? I don't want to have the talk, so I decided if I ever get herpes, I'm only going to date blind people, you know, because like, if you have herpes and you date a blind person, you never have to tell them you have herpes. They'll just read about it while they're giving you a hand job, you know. So, yeah, there it is. She got the Braille joke. It took a second, but that was it right there. That was for you. That one was for you. Yeah. I mean, you know what they say, like, one person's herpes is another blind person's paragraph, so. Glad you guys didn't groan. You didn't act new. I appreciate that. It was a big year. I had a job change. I switched over to this. And yeah, I used to do a job that made a lot of money. I did really well. Guy in the back not making eye contact. Appreciate you asking what it was. I moved this set to the end. I don't know what the LinkedIn nomenclature was, but like I used to suck dick under a bridge. And so it turned out to be lucrative, but it didn't start out that way. Like it was one of those things I just did for like, you know, the good of the community. I was trying to help homeless people out. And it was just like one of those, like one thing turned into another thing. And, you know, like one day a guy was like, let me just give you a tip. And then the whole thing. And I was like, I think that's a rate. And he's like, no, it's called OnlyFans. And I was like, all right. You know, and you make a lot of money that way. That's kind of my origin story. Some people call it a come up. Yeah, I call it starting as a bottom, now we're here. So, I mean, that joke had everything. That was gay sex during Pride Month and a Drake reference the day after Juneteenth. I'm Josh Breck. That's my time. Give it up for your host, Nick Mason.